Joe here from SHUTTERSPEAK Photography. Very nice to see your smiling face again here on YouTube. Are you intrigued by the idea of integrating AI into your photography? Imagine the possibilities of harnessing the power of artificial intelligence to enhance your creative process. And here's an interesting fact, I am a product of AI myself. Yes, you heard that right. I am an entirely AI-generated entity. If you're eager to explore the fascinating realm of AI and photography and delve deeper into its incredible potential, I invite you to continue watching. Join me on this journey as we unravel the wonders of AI technology and its applications in the realm of visual artistry. Discover how AI can revolutionize your photography, helping you capture breathtaking moments, unleash your artistic vision, and unlock new realms of creativity.
Yeah, so no, I haven't been completely replaced yet by a better looking, smarter AI version of, I guess, a female version of me. But AI, in case you haven't figured already, it's here to stay. Now, I know this may conjure up images of the Cylons or the Terminator, and yeah, maybe those things are yet to come. But in the meantime, we get to embrace AI. It's already part of our workflow in Photoshop, it's in Lightroom, it's in LUMINAR NEO, and pretty much almost every photography program we use these days. But hey, maybe you're not too familiar or you're just getting started with AI and you want to learn a little bit more about it. This is a quick overview on how to get started with AI in your photography. And for example, like how I would use it for inspiration, and just like, for example, the intro was made with 3 different programs. It was made with MidJourney, it was made with DID, and ChatGPT. So by combining those 3 AI technologies together, we were able to create that kind of cool little animated intro. So hey, let's take a look at an intro to AI. All right, so one of the very cool things about getting into AI at this point is you have a lot of choices of different AI generators that you can utilize. So I'm going to show you some of the big ones, and I'll show you which one I use. So Stable Diffusion is certainly one of the options that you might want to take a look at. It does a great, and all of these, they all do a great job. Another one is Dolly 2, okay, also an image generator, also doing a fantastic job. And of course, we can't forget about Adobe, who has now entered the field with Adobe Firefly, right? Also a big competitor. And my favorite and my AI currently of choice is MidJourney, and I'm very happy with MidJourney. The output is sometimes just incredibly just amazing, and it's just a lot of fun to play around with. And any one of these is a great choice, but since I do use MidJourney, I'm going to show you how to use MidJourney. And that intro in the very beginning, that character was generated using MidJourney. Okay, so to get started using MidJourney, one of the first things you're going to need to do is you're going to need to start an account on Discord. Now, Discord has an app that works in Windows, Mac, and on your phone as well, or you can launch it directly through the browser, but I do recommend that you download it for whatever your device that you're on. If you don't already have a Discord account, and create an account, you're going to need an account. That's going to be one of the requirements to using MidJourney, because Discord is kind of almost like a text messaging system, and you're going to type into Discord directly to the MidJourney servers, and those servers are going to generate the images and return them to you. So Discord is a very important piece of the puzzle here, and you can't do it without it. So discord.com, go ahead and download that for your particular computer and go ahead and install it. Okay, so once you have Discord installed, Creating an account is pretty straightforward. All you need to do is enter your email address here, create a username, and then create a password. Okay, enter your date of birth, press continue, and you'll be on your way to starting your first Discord account. All right, so next stop, go over to midjourney.com, and you're going to need to create an account over on MidJourney. Once you've done that, click on the Quick Start guide, and you're going to first need to be logged into Discord. And one of the things that's important is your Discord account has to be verified. So there is a little section here, section 1, on how to verify your Discord account. It's essentially, you may need to enter your telephone number just to get a verification code to make sure that you're not a robot and you're not AI trying to fool the AI. So once you've done that, you can pick a plan, but I just want you to know that although on this page it does say subscribe to MidJourney, there is also a free plan that they neglect to mention here. So you don't have to subscribe to a plan. You can use the free plan. Okay, from there, you're going to go to Discord, and you're going to press that little plus sign that's underneath the little Discord icon, that blue kind of joystick looking thing. And you're going to type in this link right here. Or you can, well, that's probably click it, and that should link you right to it as well. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to be able to join the Discord server. Okay, once you join the server, you can go to any of the hashtag general or hashtag newbie channels, and you can start generating AI images from there. And I'm going to show you how to do that using step 5, the imagine command. Okay, so if you're new to Discord, I don't know, I find it to be a little bit not so intuitive for newcomers. So in case you weren't exactly sure how to do that, this is my Discord, and you're just going to look for this plus sign right here that says add a server. Click the plus, and then you are going to say join a server by clicking this button, and then you're just going to type in that link that was on the other page. That's going to look like that. And then click join server. Okay, once you do that, you're going to be on the MidJourney server. And from here, like I previously mentioned, you can join any of the general or newbie rooms. So like, for example, clicking on this one here, hashtag newbies4, lets us join the newbies room. And from here, we can type in commands into the MidJourney server and start generating AI. And again, I'm going to show you how that works in just a moment. So one thing that's important to note is when you are in the newbie rooms or the general room, whatever you type, everyone else can see. And it's kind of good because you can see what everybody else is doing as well. So you do get to learn a little bit based on some of the things that you're seeing others type into the system. But just keep in mind, like I said, this is something that everyone else can see. Certainly your images are not your own and could be copied by anyone who's on the Discord server, but it's AI generated, so you don't really truly own it anyway, so not sure if it makes much of a difference. Okay, so I'm going to use my own Discord server because I do have a subscription, and one of the advantages of having a subscription is that I can have my own private server that doesn't have all the noise of the other servers and the general servers, and it just is going to provide you with a little bit better learning experience. So the first thing to do to generate images on MidJourney is just to type the slash, that's the one that's above the question mark, and then the word imagine. And you'll see prompt, and then just hit, I usually hit the tab button. That's kind of the quickest way to get to where we want to be. Now, anything that we type at this point is going to be the image that we want to generate. And just keep in mind that the images that we generate will never generate the same way twice. Even if we enter the same identical text, we're never going to get the same results. So let's give it a shot. Okay, we're going to generate a pig who's a superhero. He's wearing a cape, and he's got letters on his chest, and he's on the top of a tall building in a big city. Now, I'm telling you right now, it's probably not going to generate the letters because it doesn't do that so well, and I don't know if that's a copyright thing or something along those lines. But so all we have to do now is hit enter, and the bot will start creating our image for us. And you're going to see the image start to slowly kind of fade in as it's generated by the system. Okay, so we now have our pig, and we can simply just click on this to see a larger size of it, and we can take a look and see if any of these pigs are what we're looking for. And, you know, I don't know what it is with me, but it always seems to be number 3 that I tend to go with, but I do kind of like number 3 the best. He's kind of the cutest of the bunch. Number 2, not so bad, and number 4. So the way these work are, it's you go across from left to right. This is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. This is number 4. Now that's important. Why? Because we have these letters and numbers underneath our images. And so if we didn't like any of these, we could just hit this button right here, and it'll generate another set of 4 images for us. But let's say, for example, we like number 3 the best, but we'd like to see more options with number 3. We can press V3. V3 will give us a variety of more images of number 3. Now, if we love number 3 and we wanted to keep it, we could press U3. U3 would upscale the image and give us a higher resolution image that then we could download and utilize. But either way, you know, of course, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I wanted to upscale number 1, I would click U1. If I wanted to upscale number 2, I would click U2. Or if I wanted more variety of number 4, I would click V4, or number 3, click V3. So let's see what happens when we click V3. Let's get more variety of this idea, number 3. So I'm going to click that, and the job is going to start to run. Okay, so we now have 4 more choices, and we can see if we like any of these. And if we were happy with any of these and we wanted to upscale them to a high resolution version, we could do that. So let's say I like number 2 the best. All I have to do now is click U2, and it's going to upscale number 2 to a high resolution image for us so that we can utilize it in whatever product or project we were working on. And here he is. And now if I click this link here, open in browser, this is why it's so important and actually kind of required anyway, but you have to have a MidJourney account because the high-res version is going to be in the browser. So once I click open in browser, there's my high-res version, and I can just right-click on it and say save as, and download the high-resolution version of this image to my computer for use in my project. And I gotta say, it did a pretty good job, right? He's in a city. He definitely looks like a superhero pig. Got a little bit of a kind of fur on him and some hair, and overall, I'd say AI did a good job here, right? Pretty cool. Let's try some other examples. Okay, so let's try to make something a little bit more realistic now that we've made our pig. We're going to go /imagine prompt. Now, the more information that you fill in here, the more detail and better results you're going to get. So in terms of generating a person, you kind of have to have an idea of what that person looks like, or you're just going to get whatever the system spits out. So in this example, I'm saying I want a cinematic type photo of Clint Eastwood. It's not going to be Clint Eastwood, but it's going to be a character that looks similar to Clint Eastwood. Now, if I wanted a different character, of course, whatever famous person I put in there, we would get a character similar to that person. He's carrying a revolver in his hand. He's wearing a cowboy hat. He's wearing a cowboy outfit. He's in the undergrowth of a desert. He's looking to the left. It's a front view. He's furious. It's color photography, natural light, dark colors, low key, right? So it's an angle shot. There's extreme detail, color graded, bokeh, realistic, right? So I'm adding all of these keywords in so that it can generate something a little bit more realistic, but in tune to exactly what it is I'm looking for. A cowboy with his revolver in his hand in some kind of desert-like undergrowth. So let's see what it spits out. Okay, so the AI has finished. Let's take a look. And we see here he is holding a revolver in his hand, one of the things that we did want, but not really kind of like in front of him, the kind of the way I was imagining. So I'm going to reword this a little bit and see if we can get a better result. Okay, so same exact thing. Imagine here's the prompt, but now I've added in action. So carrying a revolver in his hand in action. Let's see if that generates any better results. It's definitely a game of kind of playing around with it, trying to tweak it to get exactly what it is that you're looking for. Okay, so our results are in, and now you see number 3 is a little bit more of what I was looking for. He has that revolver out in front of him. They're definitely in a kind of deserty kind of area. It's more of an action shot here. So I'm kind of liking this, so I think I want more varieties of number 3. So I'm going to click on V3. I'm going to make 4 more V3 and see if we like any of those. Okay, so let's see what we got. And there we go. And so now we have a bunch of number 3. And if we liked any of these, like I kind of like number 4. That looks pretty good. And I like number 2 a lot as well. So yeah, I'd be real happy with really. I'm not so crazy about number 1 just because the gun is a little kind of funky in the front there. But 2, 3, and 4 are all pretty good. And really, I think 2 and 3 being the best. Again, the gun is a little funky in number 4. I'm seeing that as well. So either 2 or 3, I would definitely say, hey, you know, this is pretty good. And I think I might like number 3 the best. But hey, you know what? Overall, that's a pretty good job, right? And pretty cool how we were able to generate that. But really, giving it a lot of detail to go off of is what's key here. Okay, let's take things one step further. I'm now going to use my own image and upload it and make something new from an image that I took. So first things first, I'm going to just click the plus sign. I'm going to say upload. And then I'm going to pick out my image here with the blue sky behind me. And I'm just going to hit enter to save it. And now same thing, I'm going to press slash and then the word imagine and prompt. Now here's where it gets tricky. You're going to take this and you're going to click, you're going to hold, and you're going to drag it into where it says prompt. It has to be actually inside this gray area here where it says prompt. Okay, then take a space. Now I can type in whatever I want. A man in the cockpit of a jet plane. Okay. And let's give that a shot. Let's make that 2 words. And let's see what it generates for us. Put me in an airplane, maybe? Let's see. Okay, and let's take a look. And there we go. And you notice it doesn't look very much like me. It's a slight resemblance, but it's done purposefully to not let you place people in situations that they wouldn't have normally done. So you're never going to get something that looks like the image exactly. It's going to be similar. And I kind of actually do like this one, number 2. That one looks like it came out pretty good. And I might consider taking that one or making more varieties of number 2. But again, so that's the simple way of doing that. Let's try it with something else. All right, so let's say I had an image and I just want to create something new out of something that I had done. Again, click the plus sign. Say upload a file. And I'm going to take this one that I had photographed at a workshop, press enter, and there is our wizard. Now, same thing, slash imagine, drag it right into the prompt there, space, and we'll say wizard casting a spell inside a dark castle, low key, cinematic photography, realistic photography, ultra detail. Hit enter, and let's see what new creation the AI makes out of our previous work. Okay, so let's take a look at what has been generated for us. And so from our photo, it's taken that as inspiration, and it's made some pretty cool little options for us to, take a look at. And, I kind of like a bunch of these, but if I wanted 4 more, I could just click this button right here and we'd get 4 additional images. Now, this is kind of cool, but what could you use this for? Well, maybe we want to use this for inspiration for a future photo shoot that we want to create, to give us ideas for a photo shoot. Maybe we just want it for our website or a project that we're working on, but really, there's really just no limit to, what you can use these things for. You can generate just flat out backgrounds for your images. So let's say you're going to photograph a model and you need a background for that model. You can AI generate a background of just about anywhere. And we'll try that in just a second. Okay, so let's see what we got. Here's 4 more samples. And, well, look at number 4. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. But the hands are a little funky there. You got to watch the hands sometimes with AI. Even MidJourney, as good as it is, sometimes the hands aren't that great. So I actually would discount that one, even though I like a lot of things about it. Just not the hands. Maybe I'd make more versions of that one. But I also like number 1 a lot, and number 3. So, I mean, all of these are just really fun and based off of an actual photograph that I had taken. So, created art out of some previous art. So, let's take a look at generating a background. All right, so definitely one of the more useful things that we can do with MidJourney is generate backgrounds for our photographs, especially useful if we're compositing, right? So maybe I want to take the picture of this one up here of the wizard, the original, but I want to put him in a different location, right? So let's just generate a backdrop for him. So again, /imagine. Oops, let's try that again, /imagine. And now a wizard study inside a dark castle, low-key, cinematic photography, realistic, ultra detail, no people inside, right, empty, no people inside. And we're going to see if the AI kind of adheres to that or not. Sometimes when you tell it, no people, it's going to put people in there anyway, but maybe not all of them will have people. It's hit or miss sometimes on how you word it and how it gets interpreted by the AI. But let's see what it brings up. Okay, so let's take a look, and here are the results, and that's pretty cool right there. Of course, there is one with a person in it, even though I said empty, and no people inside, right? But yet, somehow or another, there is still a person. But hey, that's the way it goes. But 3 of them were good, and, again, we could pick which one we wanted. Maybe I would work with variations of number 2, perhaps, because that looks pretty cool. Now, one of the things that we could also add in here is if we look at the lighting's coming from the left side more so than the right side, right? And maybe that's because of the globe. Maybe there's lighting coming in, but we could also direct the lighting, right? So /imagine, and then we could say light coming from left side, and let's give that a try. Okay, so let's take a look, and now we have the light coming in from the left, and this time there's no people, so go figure. And I definitely like a bunch of these. They're good backdrops that we could use for a variety of different things. Okay, so another cool thing that we can do is we can create images or items that we might need for a composite or an image that we're building. So let's say, let's just pick something out here. Let's say imagine we needed a butterfly for some reason for a composite that we were doing, a butterfly on a plain white background. And let's make it a beautiful butterfly. Okay, and now let's see what that gives us. And now by putting it on a plain white background, what we're doing here is we're giving us the ability to just quickly cut it out in Photoshop and add it to any other composite or inside of any other software that we might be using that can cut out objects, right? So, it's just a really simple, quick, and easy way to bring any kind of prop that you might need into a composite. All right, so let's take a look at the results. And here we have 4 different butterflies that we could easily cut out, like I said, because they're on this plain white background. And we have a variety. So if we needed a bunch of different butterflies, now we have 4 of them. And, we could have made them at different angles. We could have said, from the left or from the right or flying. But again, you get the idea here. You can create really just about anything that you might need to add into your image. All right, one last thing I want to mention to you is there are a lot of options, and you're going to have to take a look at the manual, and I'll make more advanced videos, but one of the things that you may have noticed is all of the outputted videos are square. But let's say you didn't want a square. Let's say you wanted a 16 by 9 for something that you were doing. Let's take a look. Let's say imagine, and let's go with a city street overlooking the water with a bridge and blah, blah, blah. Now just over here, you're going to do a -AR space 16:9. So that's going to generate a 16 by 9 image for us rather than a square. So we're going to have to tell it using that -AR. That's the option for aspect ratio. And we could have chose anything. It could have been 8 by 10, 10 by 8, 4 by 6. I chose 16 by 9 because it's a typical movie widescreen monitor size. So let's see what we get. Okay, so let's take a look. And there we go. And that's kind of cool. The Brooklyn Bridge in the background right there. This one's kind of cool as well. These are a little weird. That one's a little weird. These look kind of like toys. Almost toy images, right? But, you know what? These two are something that we could work with. But the point being here is you notice they're wide. They're 16 by 9 because we use that 16 by 9 option -AR space 16:9. Again, it could have been 8 by 10, 4 by 6, 5 by 7, whatever it is that you need. But that's how you're going to change the size of the output to match your creative vision. All right, so I hope you found that video helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. It's something that you can do that's nice for me, and best of all, it's free. Hey, I'd love to hear in your comments what you think you might do with AI. How would you use this in your workflow? And of course, as always, you know, I tend to answer as many of your comments as I can, so please let me know. And please let me know if you're disappointed, if you would have rather seen the animated, hotter female version of me doing this outro rather than just, well, me. So, hey, I appreciate you watching, YouTube. Thanks for being here. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.